Official Wandering Weekends campground review for Margaritaville on Lake Lanier near Buford, Georgia. Okay, friends, we've got an interesting review for you today. But first, as always, we have to explain how we do our campground review for any of you new folks out there. So we break our campground reviews down into 6 different categories, and those categories are accessibility, scenery, cost, atmosphere, comforts, and kid-friendly. We rate each category from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. There is no such thing as a perfect campground. You'll notice that as we go. Let's get started with Margaritaville. As I just mentioned, we start with accessibility, and Margaritaville doesn't sit too far off of I-985 in northeast Georgia, so there's no big surprises there. All paved roads, nice and wide. Once you get to Lake Lanier Islands, which Margaritaville is in Lake Lanier Islands, you're going to have a gate. If it's a busy weekend or a busy time of day, there's going to be a significant wait at that gate. There's also a $15 fee. We'll talk about that later. Once you get in, our site was paved. This is a newer campground. This doesn't make sense to me. It was paved, but it wasn't level. I had to get out the Anderson levelers for that. And also, the sewer hookup was all the way to the front of our site, which I really don't understand that either. So a couple of hiccups. All in all, it scored a 7. Next up is scenery, and this one's a little bit tricky. We had some decent scenery, but we probably had one of the top 5 sites in the entire campground. So a lot of these sites are packed in. That's going to affect the score later. So your scenery score may not be as good as what we're claiming. We have to review the site we were in. Our site was pretty good. It scored an 8. Third category is cost, and get ready, drum roll, $107.50 per night. That's what we paid for a Friday night and a Saturday night at Margaritaville. That's $90 for the site, $10 a night to lock in your preferred site, and a $15 fee to get into the gate. You only pay that once, but breaking up into 2 nights, that's $7.50 a pop. And yeah, it scores a 1. Fourth category is atmosphere, and Margaritaville is hopping. Let me tell you, especially when you're close together, you can really tell what your neighbor is doing. And golf carts galore. Holy cow. Not only did a lot of people bring their golf carts, but you can also rent golf carts. So there was golf carts all over the place. And quite frankly, that's just not our style. So now, to be fair, there was no belligerent, idiots or no loud bass music, nothing like that. But when you're that close together, basically anything your neighbor does that's over and above just being quiet and enjoying a campfire, you can hear and carrying on. And when everyone's doing it, it was just really busy. So atmosphere at Margaritaville scores a 6. Second to last category is comforts, and comforts, Margaritaville does very well here. You're close by to Buford, Georgia, which has any and everything you could ask for. You're also close by to Oakwood and Flowery Branch, Georgia. Oakwood has a camping world, so if you ever needed an RV-specific part, you would have that. Flowery Branch has a Home Depot. So you got all the little creature comforts. Downtown Buford is some of the best dining in Georgia. The comforts did really well. It scores a 10. Last but certainly not least is kid-friendly. Margaritaville is very mediocre here. The entire campground is full of hills, so bike riding for little kids is not going to be a good idea. We saw no kids with helmets, no host enforcing any kind of helmet rule. That's other people's business, but when my kids start asking, hey, why do we have to wear our helmets when they don't have to? I don't know, that's kind of a pain. And then no playground. We didn't see any playground. Now, there is a water park, but that's a completely different entity than the campground, so I can't include that in the score. The beach access is also available for the kids. The beach was packed, and this was the weekend after the 4th of July, so you'd think most of the folks got their beach out of the way, but no, it was packed. This was during COVID. There was no social distancing going on whatsoever, and yeah, we just really didn't even want a part of that beach. It is nice, it is big, but it's packed. It's not just the RVers, it's everyone coming in from the Lake Lanier Islands as well, so it's really crowded. It's included in your RV, in your campsite cost. But yeah, we didn't really want to go. Overall, it scored a 6. On to the bonus round, and Margaritaville does not score any bonus points. Our couple of good site slide. Here you go right here. So the best site in the entire park, I would say, would be number 59. A really good site. Our site was actually really, really good. You can see some pictures. That was site 31, and then the one next to it was also very good, site 30. So 59 is the best, followed by 31 and 30. Add it all up, and Margaritaville on Lake Lanier scores a very mediocre 38. The fact of the matter is, this place is just way overpriced, and we're not the type. We're not cheapskates. We are absolutely all about paying for quality. You just don't get what you pay for here. You know, maybe if they included tickets to the water park in your stay on a daily basis, maybe that would work. Or if they cut the price in half. I mean, literally, they need to cut the price in half. But for us, it just was not worth the price. We certainly won't be back. Friends, thank you so much for watching. The channel's really starting to take off, and you guys are complimenting us on a consistent basis on our reviews, and we sincerely appreciate it. I really don't know what to say. We're humbled by it. I hope this was helpful. If it was, consider sharing. It really helps. And hit that subscribe button. See ya.